Like, ooh, ayy, finally got that deal, got a pen in my hand. Ooh, ayy, like how you tryna buy who the hell I am? You can keep your cash, I'm not that broke. I won't sign no contracts, I do me. Y'all are canceled, stealing people's dreams, how can you sleep? It's all rap hoes, throwing cash in Lambos. I'm independent till I'm dead, I quit the music industry.
I love that, but that's gonna be changing here soon. I'm not going to put the music in the streets anymore. Oh man, I got a new one from Tommy Boy, so I'm gonna use it. It's gonna be pretty cool. So how you doing? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you fine.
Oh, cool. So everybody, I don't know what I was gonna do, but I got a guess it's gonna be coming on in 2 to 3 weeks. It's gonna be really cool. I got to send him a message saying what day we can, but he's pretty busy the next few weeks. But we're going to be talking. It's going to be a really cool guest, and I will be the first to interview him on online on a podcast. So
that'll be cool.
And there is something I don't know if he releases them early or not. Who he's got, but I got interviewed on another podcast. That's pretty cool.
You told me about it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so it was probably one of the best interviews I've ever had off of Fauna Radio and off of my other shows. It was just fun. It was because we're the same person. We're just talking, geckos, and it was cool.
Yeah.
So.
Emily, Tanisha, Kelsey, Leo, shoot. Dab.
Look! Oh, geez. There's everybody. Geez, everybody's on. Look at all this. I had it on the wrong thing. We're going to go through everyone. We'll get everyone up there. Look at us. Pause it if you want to.
Hold on. It is the wife. Give me one second.
Ring. I can talk while they're doing this. You can go.
Hello?
Here, we'll do this for you. There we go. Which we'll mute him for him. And, but anyways, as you guys see above, I got REPTIPOST.com. REPTIPOST.com is a Facebook that almost is like TRR, but I built it from the ground up. Has a marketplace and stuff like that. We'll actually go over it. A lot of people's been joining. I just relaunched it. There's a few people that have been negative about it, but it's not anything to worry about. It's got a marketplace that's free. Everything on it's free. Just go there and play. Just go there and play. It's like Facebook. You can post videos. You can post, do groups. It's owned by me, so I'm not going to delete your group because you sold an animal. I don't care if you got something else that's non-reptile related or animal related. You want to just go there and be part of it. Just go be part of it. Support. You can make business pages. All that. It's literally I really took Facebook and took what people liked from Facebook and moved it over. And you can blog if you want. Tons of cool stuff. Friends, I made it 10,000 friends. I don't know if we're going to need more than that. If you guys need more than that, I can up it to where you can have more friends and all that good stuff. But we'll go over that a little bit later. It is, I don't know if I've seen Adam in here, but Adam, when I see you, I'm going to tell you happy birthday. It is Adam's birthday. But other than that, what's up, Mark? How you doing? It's Andrew's tied up. He's on the phone. He's talking to the president of the United States. Can you unmute? No, you can't unmute because I muted you.
Yeah. There we go. No, I had to set Biden straight on a few things there.
Yeah, he had to tell him what's up. Oh, there's impeccable.
There's impeccable. Miles, how is everybody doing? Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to be on like that.
Oh, it's fine, dude. It's fine. Who cares? It's all good. So, but a lot of really cool things been going on this last few weeks. Really good news for me. I did the move. I thought all my animals were going to shut down, and they fired up. Like I got ovulation after ovulation after ovulation. So I want to say like 27 or 30 geckos got paired up the other day. And when I go back again, I'm going to be pairing up more.
Becky's in the house.
Everyone's in the house. Look at this.
Mark.
Luna.
Big G.
Look at all this. Everyone's in the house. I'm just going to click buttons. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
I like it. So, but everything started firing up for me. I mean, I was at my shop, and I cleaned out the Nile cage. I got a Nile monitor. Not many people know that I got like a 4.5, 5 foot Nile monitor. He is a pain in the butt sometimes, so I cleaned his cage. Got into the gecko room. I set up my death stalker into a new cage, which is pretty cool. And I started going through geckos, and I'm like, that one's ovulating. Oh, that one's ovulating. Oh, that one's ovulating. So
can't go wrong there.
And then I planned everything. I didn't want to start pairing animals, so I started writing down all the ovulations. Then I brainstormed, and I went and I was going to pair up the next day. So I went in the next day and I paired up in pairs, and then another 10 or so ovulated. And I'm like, what is going on? So
that's awesome though. After the move,
yeah. So I got all that going on. Roaches are breeding. I added a new roach species. I added discoids. So I have those.
Well, let's hope you hit the odd gods like Leo did.
Leo hit some stuff. I mean, that snow radars are rocking. He hit both radars. So
yep.
That one, I'll tell him a little secret. That one that is not snow might have a white head as it gets older. It might end up having a white head. I would recommend, if Miles has any more of his, like them really bright orange tangerine bells with a nice carrot tail, that would be insane to take to that radar. Because I think it'd be really cool to get a tangerine radar with a white head.
Yeah, that would be cool.
With a white head,
cool.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really sweet.
Well, the only thing I'm waiting for is warmer weather. I got so much stuff coming. I'm waiting for the warmer weather to get here.
We all like putting animals in boxes for pleasure. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. How's everyone? I'm doing great. All my babies hatched. I seen that. I seen you post on REPTIPOST. I like it.
Congratulations, Emily.
How you doing? Yeah, so I mean, a lot of good things happening at Orner Exotics. I posted some funnies lately, but that's about it. I posted some funnies.
I've seen them.
So what's going on at your end of the woods?
Well, I got we're getting another snowstorm tonight. We're possibly, I just saw news flash come up, possibly 2 more feet tonight.
Snowman.
So, but after that, the temperature should be going up. I got I can't wait for the warmer weather to get here because I got so much stuff coming. I got stuff coming from Wally. I got stuff coming from you. I got stuff coming from my buddy Michael Wells from Webbed Obsessions there. I got all kinds of isopods coming, geckos coming, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's April. I know.
It's April. It's all good. I like April. It's 70 degrees here in Green Bay today. It was nice. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, and Emily, yep. Getting stuff from Emily. We're working out some deals. So
I think I need to get some more isopods. I got them Panda Kings.
Yep.
I set them up into a different container. I got duckies, and I got
duckies.
which
I'm getting some duckies from you too.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take them. I'm gonna split them in half. I don't care. Everyone's probably like, what? They're like, what? I didn't even know duckies went for that much money, guys. They're just isopods to me. I'm the worst person for isopod hobby. I'm like, oh yeah, they're isopods. There you go.
Yeah. I got my chow going, so that's going to be rocking out soon.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I don't know where my bags went. Right here. Yeah, you need to get. They have these. You can buy these bags here. I got the black ones because they're cheap, but you can get them with a clear window.
Yep. I was looking at them. You sent me the link. I've been looking at them. So
I got these, and I got the stickers to print out the stickers.
Yeah. And then I got stuff hatching, of course. I got stuff in the incubator. I got a bunch of Leo eggs in the incubator, a bunch of crested geckos in the incubator. My one African fat tail egg went bad, though, and I knew it was going to. I don't know if you remember me telling you that. I said, I think it's going to go bad, and it went in there and looked, and it went fuzzy. So
that's okay. It has some.
It's okay. Hey, it happens. I'm not upset because I still got one in there, and she's in her box today digging.
Yeah, so you're going to get more eggs, and I'll trade with you, Emily.
Oh, she's got some amazing stuff for isopods over there.
What I'm trying to do is I'm really trying to build up the zoo, and there's some other plans that a few people know about what I'm trying to do. But I'm trying to build up the zoo. I've been kicking around some ideas of how to get more funding for the zoo part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think dubias are going to be my way to go, and then I can sit back with the leopard geckos and the other species I want and chill.
Venture out from there, yeah.
Because I got a game plan. I'll probably be hiring help. I'll probably be hiring people to help me take care of my dubias.
Oh, if you got that many, you'd probably need to. You're talking numbers you were talking earlier, so
I need 200 to 300 colonies. So that's a lot. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's a lot." There's no way possible I could take care of 200 colonies by myself. There is just no way.
That would be a full-time job.
Yeah,
or
so
more.
I would hire people, and that's what Ricetown wants me to do, is create jobs too. So
yeah, well, filled out for the permits for the isopods. I got about half of them back already, and that's only been about less than a week. And they say it takes 3 to 4 weeks, but we got half of them back already that proved. So that's good. And
so you're rocking there.
Yeah, I call it Becky's Beautiful Bugs.
Emily, I've had eggs mold over and then hatched too. Yeah.
Well, this one didn't. This one went. I know the difference.
If they start smelling, smelling.
It went moldy and started stinking. It had to go.
Emily doesn't know what I got in dubious, does she?
No.
Oh, I got dubious. I want to say 1,500-ish adult females. That are just breeding. Then I got a mixed tub of like mediums and stuff, mediums and larges that are almost there. And then I have like 30,000 babies attached in the last week to 4 weeks that I'm raising up from my 1,500. So within the next 4 months, I should have 1,750 females, 17,500 females breeding, which should put me around 170,000 producing a month. Then if I hold back half of a brew, I don't know what to call it when you have half a season, whatever you want to call it, I should be close to like 50 to 60,000 females within the next year.
Sweet.
So I break everything down. That's what I do. It has to make sense and financially for me, or I don't do it.
I have to make a trip out your way.
Yeah, I am gonna wholesale, but of course, wholesale is gonna be probably last on my list.
Of course.
I don't know how it's gonna go. I was talking with some friends, and I mean, my friends are amazing. You guys are amazing. I gotta figure out how much I gotta hold back to keep it going, because there are people that come out big and then they die because they sell off all their stuff.
Food chains or something like that, I think it was. He started out small, got huge. He was producing millions a month, and then so all of a sudden he's gone because he's sold out, and then he's giving stuff away, and then he wasn't holding back enough, I guess.
I'm thinking about holding back more, and if I have to sell off later, I'll sell off. Just hold it back. Because it's pretty simple. Every female gives you about 25 on average, give or take, babies every 2 months, every 45 to 60 days. And they give you around 8 brews or 8 births in their life cycle.
That was
on
my
average.
next question, yeah.
A life cycle of a female roach or female dubia gives you about 8 lanes. Some give you 9, some give you 7, but on average it's 8. So you got to be able to replace that. So right now I'm raising up the first brood, and it's about I got 30,000. I should have 15,000 give or take females out of there, give or take, and I'll be able to sell off a lot of the males as feeders. I can probably feed them off to my stuff. It's not that big a deal. And then when I breed those, I'll be making that 160, 170,000 per month. And then there's like a 10% death rate, and so I'm thinking I'm going to hold back 20%. But then between that time of me raising these 30,000 up, I'm going to have another 30,000 and another 30,000. So I'm going to have 60,000 more babies before them other ones become adult. They come adult about 4 months if you feed right. And mine are already molt. I have stuff molted and already growing within weeks. So I think they're going to get there in time. I keep them around 90 degrees. I feed I feed my roaches so much that they don't eat all their oranges anymore. I literally, I
Wow.
go in there and I have to take them out, and I like move them to other caging to see what's what.
You make your own chow too, right? Is that
Yeah,
yeah?
100%. I use a rabbit food that has really, really, really low protein.
Yeah.
Because roaches make their own protein out of what they eat, out of the fruits and vegetables. They have something in their body, I forget what it's called, but it converts that into a protein. Yep. So they can take plant matter, and make it into a protein. So that's why we have them issues. So my chow's probably like 6%, 7% protein, and everyone's like, well, some roaches need more protein. 100% dubious do not.
Dubious don't, but other ones.
There are some other species that need that protein, that extra protein. I've been raising my hissers, my whitehorns. Now, my goblins, I don't know what was wrong with them here in the house because they were here. They weren't breeding. I took them there. They've been at the shop for 22 days, and they exploded.
Crazy. Isn't that crazy how just a slight change can make a difference?
So they're doing pretty good. Goblins scare me because they don't eat as much. They eat really little compared to the other roaches.
Oh, yeah?
But what I like about them, they're Australian species, so they can't live here.
Oh, that's good then.
They're Australian species. I think they're from southern Australia. So Australians don't like them. But I got mine from Paul and from Paul's Pills, and he lived in Australia I want to say they lived in Australia for like 8 years. So, so I got those. I don't know what other species I got. I got peppered.
So is your wife excited about the whole move over there? Does she come over does she come out and help you and stuff like that?
She's out there every moment. She's out there every moment. She likes it.
I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do. Becky filled out all the permit stuff for these. I was confused. She pushed me out of the way. It was funny because we were sitting there. I was doing these permits, and I wasn't getting nowhere. And she was laying in bed, and it dawned on her what I was doing wrong. And she come over, pushed me out of the way, and did it all. I was like, oh, there we go.
Well, that's the thing. It's a teamwork thing. She's better at that. You're better at the breeding, and rock it out.
Yep.
My wife, she loves taking care of my tortoises, or they're hers. They're not mine. Yeah. The tortoises and the bearded dragon. She'll take care of geckos. She doesn't like the dubious as much, but she'll feed them. She doesn't want to do the whole like separation of the stuff, but that's not a big deal. I love my dubia roaches. I love the roach thing. Leopard geckos have really done me well, in the past years. But the thing that I should just say it. I don't know if I want to wholesale leopard geckos anymore. I kind of want to have dubia roaches take over that wholesale market for me, where it replaces that income, and I can go down to just focusing on what I like about leopard geckos, because I don't post nothing about my wholesale clients. I know this sounds bad, but they're just raptors, they're just trempers. There's nothing really exciting in those. So I post my hot. Oh, no worries. I post my hot stuff. But I
didn't mean to cut. Becky's on her way down to visit my grandchildren, and she's calling me, letting me know where she's at. She's listening awesome, to the show. She's telling.
There you go. I love it. Becky's awesome.
Yeah, I know your wife loves her tortoises because it's the videos. I can't wait for the videos to start coming back.
Well, the videos are going to start coming back here soon. Our problem is this actually is going to cost me more money than I thought. So I'm moving Orner Exotics there. I moved my zoo there. I thought I had enough animals for a zoo, but everyone thinks they do when they're sitting at their house. Yeah. When you start planning it out, we have tortoises, we have the Nile monitor, we have bearded dragons, I got roaches and geckos and all this other stuff, but it's not enough. And I got snakes, I got boas, and I got ball pythons. What else I got? I got tons of stuff. But it's not enough. So I'm looking at they're going to be in 40-gallon tanks. Well, that's not proper. I need to build a shelving unit to hold these tanks to make it more proper instead of just a bunch of stands with tanks on it. So it's the funding was like, whoa. So we're starting small. We're seeing what we can do. I'm going to start doing educational shows, and that's where dubious come in again. I mean, everywhere I call, I mean, when I'm talking to them, they're like, "Oh, it's short, Gary. I can give you 500 mediums." I don't want that to be done to me. Oh, you want 500 mediums? Oh, all right, cool beans. You know, and I know this sounds really bad, but if I have extra where I can't sell and I need to move them, I'm sure one of my friends will take them to feed them off. You know, I got plenty of friends saying, "Hey, can you take 1,000 dubia roaches? I really need this bin for the next grow up." I'm sure no one's going to say, "Well, no, Gary, I don't want the dubia roaches." And I want to do other roaches. I want to do like the goblins and stuff like that to offer, you know, people that don't want to do crickets, because goblins don't smell.
No,
and they're a cricket replacement. They're the same size of a cricket. They got pinhead size crickets. I mean, every aspect of a cricket can be a goblin. I started with 25, and then it always stayed around 100. Now it's like thousands. It wasn't 100. Now it's like thousands. So I'm gonna move them to a bigger tub, and hopefully I can get like 7-8 colonies out of those eventually. So maybe I should call it Orner roaches soon. I don't know.
That's right. You know, Becky did all the permit stuff, and I call her. Now I tease her all the time. I'm like, well, Becky's beautiful bugs is going to do great.
There it is. I'm not joking. I mean, I think you guys are going to do great with isopods. Your isopods exploded. I remember when you got like this, you started getting the groups, and I'm like, okay, cool. And now you have groups. I mean, you got groups.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if you could take them, my problem is how many can you sell, but without killing the colony? You know?
Yeah. Well, you got to keep track of that. I know not to let it go below. You know, I've been asking other breeders, and they've been saying you got to really just keep track, and you got to figure out about how many you got in there, and then mark it down. When that many sold, that one's sold out till they're built back up again. So.
That's my problem. Like my dairy cows, who cares? I mean, whatever. I mean, I've tried to kill them off, like handing them to people. Here, there's a bunch. There you go. Say no, I do not want those bugs. There you go. Yeah, I mean, bugs are going to be it, but they're not bugs. Isopods are crustaceans.
Crustaceans. I keep saying it. To the closest thing to a land crab as you can get, besides and
they're cool pets. I mean, you can push them off on the kids, and you know, because they're good pets. They don't smell. They stay in a box, and I know someone's gonna get mad about this too. But if you forget about them for 2 weeks, it's not gonna hurt them.
Yeah, no, they're pretty durable animals. I'm impressed.
So to half, that's what I've been told. See, that's where I'm at. See, I struggle because I need to know the gestation period, how many each one produces, how quick they produce. I need to know every single thing about it. And when I dove into dubias, that's what I did. I found every single thing I could find out. I just said, let's figure it out. This is what I need. And I bought 1,000 adults off of AB Dragons, I think it was. 1,000 adult females, and I'm like, I'm gonna put them in one tub. I swear to God, I was gonna do it. I'm just gonna get a big tub. I'm putting all 1,000 adult. I'm like, no, I separate them into 3.
Becky, did you see what she says? Let me rephrase that myself.
Birthday boy, Adam's birthday. He's 97 years old.
Happy birthday, Adam!
So everyone, send Adam money. He likes cash.
Did you see that animal he got the other day?
Yes, that's a little darkness.
Yeah, it's just a little bit.
Darkness is fun, though. I mean, darkness is fun. I was looking at a Black Knight on Morph Market, and I don't know where I made the post. I forget. I one of the chats. It might have been the one with it might have been the one I made. I'm like, there's no color in Morph Market anymore. Like, there's no color. It's either black, white, or drab yellow. I'm like, where's all the color at?
Yeah, I've noticed that about a few things too. I mean, I like going on there and looking at stuff, but nothing really piques my interest on there.
Darkness imprisons me.
They're selling isopods on there now, though.
Yeah, Morph Market is getting there. Morph Market's awesome. My plan was to make. I have ReptiDeal. I own ReptiDeal.com. I had to think there for a minute. And there's a classifieds on it. I believe it's up right now. Let me check.
Did you see what Adam put? I mean, what Luna, what Big G put?
Uh-uh.
He said Adam had to give a kidney. He's broke. He had to give a kidney.
Yeah, he did. He's broke. He is broke. Poor. But I wanted to make a Morph Market competitor because they're the only ones out there now, right?
Yeah.
So I made ReptiDeal, ReptiDeal.com, ReptiPost, ReptiDeal, all the Repties, whatever. And I didn't push it. So when I made, I don't know if it was you, but someone said to me when I was making a Facebook type place, why don't we make a market? And I'm like,
I said that to you too. I don't know if I was the only one that said it to you, but I remember saying it to you.
So I made it. And when you hit create, you can choose what I don't like about Facebook is when you hit a post, you got to choose in the post what you want to do, and sometimes it doesn't work. When you hit create on mine, you can create an album, create an ad, create an event, create a blog, create a group, or create a page. Because if, let's say you're on a page and you want to create a page, it's hard to find how to create a page sometimes.
But on Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, on Facebook. Mine is not. You can go create a page. Create 1,000 of them. I don't care. Create only geckos.
Yeah, and if you create a page, you could sell stuff on there too, right? You link over to people over to your little market thing.
That you can post on your market, you can post on your page. And I found out if you want to stay on Facebook, you can share. I made it where you can share to pages, groups. If you go to a post on ReptiPost, you can go there. You can share on my timeline. You can go to Facebook. You can share to a group. You can share to Pinterest. There's a site called Telegram. It's going to be really big here soon. But the person I was stealing code from to help me with this, he was a big Telegram guy. That's why. Twitter. And if you post prices on ReptiPost and link it to your Facebook, they won't delete your account. So you can post everything here, and because it's an external website. The only thing that I've noticed is when Facebook is starting to say this is an external website now. Is when you hit the button.
Facebook, like Emily says, Facebook almost always limits what you can sell too. They'll kick you if you try to sell animals on there, which I think is ridiculous. But
oh yeah, they will. But then
I've noticed some big breeders can still do it though. I don't get that one.
If you're a brick and mortar, they look the other way.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, like my buddy Dan can sell on there. I might be able to now because but I'm not a brick and mortar. But I bet you I could. Now if I go, I want to see what it says when you click the button because I posted on here. Yeah, if you click the ReptiPost thing, it'll say you're going to a link outside Facebook. The link you tried is going outside Facebook. You want to follow this link. So it's telling you it's going outside Facebook.
Yeah.
When you just say follow the link, it takes you right to ReptiPost. And it's a post I posted about my dubia prices. It's actually really cool. And I see that you're on my page. That's awesome. I love that. I love the support. On Facebook, I see rehoming, but mostly selling on those pages. Yeah, I mean, let's see if I can do this. Share screen. What do you do this? I mean, that's all it is right here. I mean, this is it. I mean, I think I showed this the other day.
Yep.
This is simple as this. I mean, you can go up here to the top, hit create, and you can create anything you want.
Does it say how many members you have so far on here or no?
Not on this. It won't. If you're a normal member, it doesn't. I think I'm up to like 35.
That's a start, though. It's only been a week.
It's been a week. And I think people are a little wary because the TRR broke. Don't be wary. I've tested this. I had like 1,100 members on a coding site. They all joined. Some of them might join like 10, 15 times to test the load. Because I got snippets from other people. Like I would code something, someone else would code something, and someone else would code something, and I would code something, and we put it together. Another thing is hashtagging. this has hashtagging in it. So once like I could put hashtag Orner Exotics. And what's cool is this has a trending. It does a trender. So if everyone's on here, now it says up here, it says trending Orner Exotics one post. So if everyone's saying Orner Exotics or everyone's saying DA Exotics and they're tagging it, it'll say trending number 1 with 13,000 posts DA Exotics. So if you get trending on this site, you'll get advertisement for free. It's really, really cool. It's just, I mean, you can invite your friends by email. You can blog. What other cool thing is there? The common things is pretty cool. So I hit common things. It's because most people said reptiles on it, but it's going to tell me all the people that have common things with me in their profile, so I can friend them if I want. And yes, I do got Mike Clarkson. He is a TV producer. That is him. He is a good friend of mine. So if anyone sees him, he won't say nothing about being on here.
The only thing I had trouble with is I tried to change my profile picture and it said I did, but then it doesn't. I don't get what's going on.
That's your cookie on your end. So your cookie, you're seeing a cookied image on your PC or you got an Apple. That happens. Like if
like you see over here where it says my name. See how it's just that
over here,
right there, up, right there. I can't change my picture, and I tried. It won't let me.
I have to look at it because everyone else has.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, it's like I don't get it.
We'll have to look into it. We'll have to look at it. I'm gonna have to dive in there. So it might have little hookups like that, but it's gonna be great. What we got here? Let's go ahead and do this real quick. Let's go back here. Got an expo this weekend. Not bringing many geckos, but I picked up a bunch of isopods to slang, plus some supers and t-shirts. The super worm's gonna sell.
Yeah.
My buddy Miles was looking for some super worms a while back. It's this. Miles got me on super worms, and then the super worm shortage happened. Super worms are different when it comes to geckos. It's just different. Emily, I'm going to tell you something. In a few weeks, I'm going to have a person on that can be able to help you with some stuff like that. He's going to give us some answers because he's really, really good. But
that's what I'm looking forward to.
Start your own. Even if you find a place that has where you can put 20 tables in it, 15 tables in it, and you charge $2 a head or $5 a head, whatever. Some of these shows are charging $10 a head. And then charge $20 for your tables. This is my going when I was going to start a show. And I'll tell you guys what my plan was. I was going to get a place. I was going to get commitments from vendors, and what the vendors paid for their tables was going to pay for the event spot. My profit was going to be the walkthrough. That's how it was going to be. Then I would take that profit and I was going to put into advertising for next 4 shows. I was going to put 100% into advertising for that show and keep rotating it in. And then eventually lower that advertisement revenue and put it into, more social media marketing and stuff like that, word of mouth, once it gets out there, so I can start taking a piece. But I think you should just start your own.
That's what he tells me all the time. That's what you tell me all the time. Start your own.
Superworms are all I use as long as the gecko. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, the reason is when I moved to Green Bay, there was Sewerfest. That was the only show. Not joking. Everyone in Wisconsin told me, "Oh, we did a show in Milwaukee," or there was this, and it can't support a monthly show, and all this good stuff. And then I met Dylan. And Dylan, I was dead set on starting a Green Bay show. And then Dylan just mentioned to me, he was like, "Hey, I'm going to start a Green Bay show." And I said, "I don't have to do it? Sweet. I want to vend it." I am 100% so glad. I mean, cannot be happier that Dylan did it, because Dylan's got to drive. Dylan and Brittany got to drive like no one else. And their shows succeeded. I mean, they're just amazing. He just had one up on Easter in Green Bay, and it was amazing. That was my first show. I wasn't vending, but my first show back. And they made me feel really good when I showed up there. I mean, it's just
That's good.
Start your own. Start your own. Like ET says, don't let anyone outwork you. Go do it.
Yep.
I mean, you can find. I know that this is bad. Advertising is the worst. Okay, advertising is what's going to make or break you. But with social media, you can advertise for free. It's not like back in the day where you had to pay for commercials, radio ads, and go door to door or car to car and put flyers on. So with Facebook marketing, you could put $50 in and get a word out, or you can just do regular marketing, have people share it. You can do Instagram marketing. There's ways to free market. So you find the place, try to make it as cheap as possible with the best parking. Parking is more important than location to me. Because if you got the best location, no parking, it's gonna suck. But if you got to go an extra mile off the highway and there's an excellent parking and the building's better, that's worth it. It's just worth it. Uh-oh, she got offered something. I got offered an albino leopard gecko 15. Is it worth it? I mean, if you want it for a pet, I would never breed it. I'm not Gary, but I'm gonna say no. Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I wouldn't. I get offered geckos all the time for really cheap when I'm at shows. I turn every one of them down. I won't even take them for free. I never do. But again, I'm a breeder too. If you are a person that gives me a gecko and it makes it to my gecko room, feel special. This feels special. Like Dylan, I got a gecko off Dylan, and it's already breeding. It was ovulating. I was at the show, and Dylan has ovulating females on his table for under $250, and people aren't jumping on it. I'm like, you breed it, you're going to get 8 eggs. At $50 a piece, you're almost doubling your money.
Yeah.
I was like, come on. And they weren't just garbage stuff. They weren't just like normal. They were bold stripes and stuff like that. And bloods. I mean, it was like an average pair of bloods, but them average pair of bloods can make some insane looking animals. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Josh, I know what you mean there.
Always text me when someone's giving away a gecko. So annoying. Yeah, people know I don't take geckos. It takes someone. I mean, I can count on. Yeah, I can count on one hand how many other people's geckos are in my collection right now. Let me see. Up to there's 6. But females, I can count on one hand where I buy females. One hand. Everyone's like, how do you get new blood? Well, that's what males do. That's what my males do.
Yeah.
Which I got that series coming out. I was editing it. I was trying to hurry and get it done. I didn't get to edit last night. I got caught up at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to be #1 store. I have to be.
Well, it's important. I've been trying to plan out another video, but I haven't really gotten around to it. Been doing too much other stuff to get it.
Yeah, well,
in there.
I want it to be perfect. I don't want to be this, me doing this like we do on Fun Radio. I want to really dive in and show people what to do. First one's just about passion, how to pick one, how I pick it. Because I'm going to do is I'm going to show people what I do, exactly what I do, and then I'm going to say what my opinion is and what they should do. And it's not going to be different. It's just going to be like, I breed bloods because I like bloods. I breed Bell Albino because I like Bell Albino. And this is what I like about bloods and Bell Albinos and stuff like that. But you got to find out what you want. That's basically what it is. Find out what you want. Then when they get to the next one, I'm like, then this is how I pair animals. I look at this and I see this and what can it make? And this is what I do. You got to find that what if in you. Yep. And if you go to the next one, I'm going to get real detailed. I'm going to go into feeding, how I feed.
Yeah, because if they follow exactly what you do, then they'll be breeding what you like and what you like, and it might not be what they like. No. Yeah, I got you.
I'm hoping they get the detail out of it, like how I feed, how I incubate eggs, how I, clean the cages. We were just talking about that, how I clean cages. why I put some in pairs and some don't go in pairs. Like I put 2 females in. I had a rack break that's over 20 years old. So
That
upset about it.
sucks.
Yeah, I took it. I knew it wasn't going to make it. I was moving it here. It's the first rack I ever bought when I was Gary's Reptile Room. It's an ARS original melamine rack.
Oh, way back there. Oh,
And it was one that you stack on top of each other. And the top portion, here in the house, I had up on blocks, and I couldn't stack them on top of each other because they're 8 foot tall, and my ceiling in my basement's at 8 foot tall, so I had them side by side. And my basement leaked one time, but I thought I caught it, and I took it, and it didn't make it. And the other half is I still have it. The other half's good, but that one didn't make it. I tried to put it back together, and the screws were coming out of it, and I just was like, I'm devastated by it. I'm like, that rack has had so much in it. That rack actually bred my first white and yellows back in 2012.
yeah. See?
Yeah, so it was like, I still have the wood in my shop. It's just sitting there. I'm thinking about using one piece of it. I'm going to clean it up, use one piece of it to put something on it. I know it's weird, but that's what I'm going to do. But someone asked me on Instagram why I had my cloudage with 2 are in. It's because I had a rack break, and I didn't have enough space to put in that room. Because how should I put it? I have a basement in Orner Exotics, and then I got upstairs. So when people do the zoo, they're going to be able to walk through, and then they're going to see how I breed geckos in person, and that's where people are going to be able to see my geckos, is that room only. I'm not going to take everyone through all my facility. Yeah. I get attached. I still have my snake hooks from my venomous days. They mean a lot to me. I had someone custom make me a snake hook for my boom sling. He custom made it. I told him what I was looking for. I wanted the length I wanted it, how I wanted the hook. And everyone laughed at me because the hook was really small. It was like a V too. So it was like this, it was like that, and it was really small. And I'm like, well, the reason is a boom sling. Boom slings aren't thick bodied. Yeah. But it was a longer hook. It was like 36 inches, 38 inches long. And I wanted that because my big male was like 5.5, 6 feet long. And boom slings will come back up. You can tail them; they'll come back up on themselves. So that hook is just to control that comeback. So I still have that. I have my Western Diamondback custom hook because Western Diamondbacks like to spin. So I made that hook bigger. It looks like a gaboon hook, but it's because they go nuts though. Yeah. Western Diamondbacks go nuts. So I got a little stuff like that. It's gonna be at the shop.
Well, that's cool though.
That's why I was like, I can't wait to get his Todd on, right? Todd is right.
Yeah, guy. It was a bad situation.
Yeah, that was a bad situation. So I can't wait to get him on.
Are you going to be able to get venomous in the town there that you're at, or no?
They don't care. They don't care at all if I get venomous. But I don't know if I'm going to, because the way the layout is. How should I put it? I don't know if I'm going to have a lockable room, and that's what I'd want. I would want a lockable room, and I won't be able to have it.
Yeah, no, that's
because it's just not big enough. I don't have one, and I don't want my kids or anyone else's kids saying, "Hey, guess what? I like that," and something happened. So once I get a lockable room, or I get another place. Because this might end up just being my dubia breeding facility at the end. Once it goes, I'll move all the animals again. That's probably what's going to happen. Or I might move somewhere else and have it big enough. And I just like this location. I really like this location. It might be the office for the whole business. Who knows?
Yeah, I understand the lockable room thing because you don't want no issues where it's not. People are not the extra additive protection, I guess.
Yeah, I just want it to be lockable, so just in case something happens, and just in case, we'll find. But I will have venomous again. I might get mangroves. I might do that. They're not deadly.
They're not that
falsies,
bad,
false waters.
False waters, I would like to have, and the they're pretty cool, and mangroves are pretty cool too. Yeah,
and neither one are deadly. and they're controllable. They're bigger, so they're not, it's not like a little death noodle, a little cobra, or something like that. I want to get rattlesnakes, but I want that lockable room. I want lockable. All the cages locked, and it's a special area. But I'll be one of the few zoos in this area. Well, other than maybe Terry, that would have venomous with a venomous guy there. I mean, Terry's a venomous guy all the way, but
Yeah. Do they have that big venom lab there in Wisconsin?
yep, there's
somewhere?
a venom lab. Yep, it's more of a lab. It's not. I mean, you can't really walk through and see the venomous. They're in rack systems.
Yeah, but you can go and watch them
Nathan
work
does
with the animals, though. You can go and watch them
Mhm.
milk them or whatever. But
Yep.
I seen that. Yeah, that's a pretty cool. That's a pretty cool place.
They have a bald eagle. Yeah, right now, I mean, if someone said, "Hey, I want to come," and if I'm going to be there, I'm only there 2 days a week for most of the day, and then like 3 or 4 days a week, I'm out there for like a couple hours, just checking animals, make sure things are watered and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
people think geckos take a lot, and they don't, and the roaches don't take much at all. I
No.
go there for the sugar gliders. I go there for the bearded dragons, the Nile monitor. Even though the Nile probably could get away with being seen twice a week, but I go there, I check on everybody, and then I spend 2 days straight cleaning geckos.
Yeah, but with the non, wouldn't that desocialize him if he only seen you the 2 times a week though? Like,
He's changed. He's got an attitude since he's moved. He doesn't like
Yeah.
people right now. So I don't know if he'll ever get out. I'm already designing his cage. I talked to two custom cage people to come in, either build shelving for like aquariums to make them look good, or actual custom caging. But I mean, we're looking at just do my whole building $25,000.
That's
So
a lot,
I gotta
man.
I gotta figure out what direction I want to go. Um,
Wally's in the house. Hey, Wally, how
Yo,
you
yo,
doing,
yo.
buddy?
Oh, I thought you said Happy Easter.
Oh, no, it's Happy Friday.
Cameras on animals, and then people pay to feed them. Their YouTube channels that live all the time, just watching chickens. I was thinking about that. I'm thinking about doing it with the Nile. He is active. He's a very active Nile. Then I was thinking about also. This is what I don't know if it's going to be good. It won't raise a lot of money, but our tortoises, Bimsy's kind of famous, kinda. So we were gonna get a safe paint for the tortoise and give footprints or whatever of the tortoise and take a picture of her and then do a framed where it's like two pictures in 8x10, a picture of her with her autograph or footprint. And I was gonna do something like that for like $15. So I was thinking about doing that. The Nile would be a good one. The bearded dragons tend not to be very active. I'm in talks right now getting another Cayman lizard. I'm in talks now because not many. Well, everyone should know everyone's got a Cayman lizard lately. They just got imported to the country, so another group got imported. So we'll see what goes on there. I'm working on getting an Aldabra. I don't know when it's gonna. I got some inside tracks with some friends. I'm trying to get an Aldabra. Enjoy the show, multitasking while I watch new baby fish. Watching
Congrats.
baby fish is fun. I gotta click that button.
Congrats on the fishes.
I'm talking about fishes. I'm thinking about doing a fish tank, but I don't know exactly where to do it because my building is big if you count the basement. And then I have a room in the back for my kids and my grandkids. I got a kitchen and a bathroom in the back. And then I got a vault that's 12 by 14. It's got 2-foot walls. It's always 50 degrees in there, even when it's heated. It does not get heat or AC. So it's probably going to be super hot during the summer. And then I got another little vault, but then the basement's like another 1,500, 1,600 square feet. So
Congrats, Adam.
he found something.
Yeah, found a hatchling. It says it really. Yeah, he found a hatchling in the incubator.
I like hatchlings. So I gotta figure out what to do. I could move all the geckos down, and I got a 14 by 14 room upstairs, the place too, that can move all the geckos downstairs, and I can make that another room too. But I got 22-foot wall on one wall, 22 foot. So I think a lot of stuff can go there.
I'm sure it can. I always wanted to do a fish tank, a big one, and do like a river cutout. And so it looked like you were underwater looking straight through, not just like a regular fish tank setup. I mean, where the sticks come through the top and
That'd
down,
be cool.
like branches, like it looked like an actual just river cutout. It would be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah. I was thinking about doing a fish tank, just the space it would take, because I wanted like a 125. So that might have to wait till the next facility. I do have a plan. For another facility.
Well, that's cool.
I talked to Miles about it and Leo and some others. I'm like, hey, this is what the dubious could do, and the dubious are taking off, guys. I should separate them. I got so many, but the dubia babies do better staying with the adults. They live off the
frass. I was just gonna say,
if you're separating your dubia roaches, just before you feed them and keeping them separate, the dubia roaches, the babies do eat the greens and the vegetables and the chow, but they eat more frass because it actually helps them with their immune system.
That's
so
good.
If you leave them, you'll get less dead. That's why when you see so little dead babies, but when you separate them, you'll start seeing dead babies, because that immune system's not there. It's part of their nature, is that frass. So I'm giving all the secrets. I did all this research for 6 months, and I was calling some of the biggest roach breeders in the world and emailing and saying, okay, what's this? What's this mean? I have 6 papers from colleges telling me how, I'm not joking, how a dubia roach takes plant matter and turns it into protein.
That's a pretty cool thing to have, though. I'd read that myself.
Oh, I'll get it to you. It took me time to understand it, and then I started asking people questions, and I just asked questions, and they were like, "That's why if you feed high protein, you start getting gout." I was like, "What?"
Because they're high in protein to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, in the wild, a dubia roach will eat meat if they find it. They will, but overall, they don't. And I was like, "Wow." And the rumor that if you see a dead roach, you have to pull the dead roach. Don't. The babies will eat that too.
I found that out when I had them too. If I found one dead in there, if I left it in there, before you know it, there wasn't much left of it, and I knew the babies were eating it.
See, that's how she does research, telling us to see that. I have to understand everything about the animal, and then I can make a plan, because the dubia roach is our business. That's what it's going to be. And like I said earlier in the show, it's just so I can stop wholesaling geckos. That's what I know. I'm going to really upset some of my wholesale clients, but hopefully someone else can take that over, or I can push them to someone else and say, this person's quality. I'm sure I'm not going to stop overnight. I'm not going to stop breeding leopard geckos on a high level overnight, but I want to get down to only producing 1,000 or 1,500 a year. That's where I want to be at.
Wholesaling would be cool, but it would be hard to keep up with, I think. That's just my opinion.
Well, there's no fun.
I was going to say no fun in it. Look at the numbers you have to produce.
Uh-oh, what? You got... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what's that's cool. I have Het Tremper in my Black Knight. Or, that's... Tremper? At least it's not frickin' Eclipse. Well,
So, this I'm going to tell you what I learned a long time ago. This thread does no good without pictures, man. So you got to send Gary some pictures so we can see this stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, I got to get over. There we go. I'm not even on my account. I'm on Order Exotics. I might have got it. No.
You may have. I mean, you made a lava unintentionally.
They'll go. Oh, there it is. They're on. They're saying go on there so we see each other's chats. Yeah. So I mean, I know that the Fauna Radio has been a lot about dubia roaches and other roach species and this move and stuff like that. I tell you the truth, I'm looking to be done with Verizon and be animal only. And
That
I
would be
don't,
cool.
I don't, and everyone's like, how are you gonna do that without the wholesale? I want the Doobie Roaches to be in a main where I can just spend time in the zoo. I wanted, my dream is to let the zoo be walk-in free. You can walk in just because you can't afford it. You can come in with your family and enjoy every aspect of me and my family, showing you the animals, and you don't have to spend a nickel. I'll have other ways to try to raise funds. I'll have gear, like shirts and the pictures and this and that. And I'm gonna try to get stuffed animals and stuff like that. I'll try my best that way, and hopefully the dubious can help with that. That's my dream. And some people are gonna say, "Oh, it's impossible."
Well,
Every dream's impossible until someone does it.
if that's what you want to do, I'm sure you can get there, and then the roaches alone will make enough money so you don't have to charge people to come in. So that's the point, right? Is that what you're?
Yeah, well, because I mean, my biggest thing is I love the zoo. I love zoos. Okay, I'm a fanatic, and I'm lucky enough, and I don't mean to brag. I don't pay to get in any zoo ever, um, because of who I am. There's parts of me that I don't let out to many people. That I go to Toledo Zoo, I go to San Diego Zoo, I go to Philadelphia Zoo. I literally could get into any of these free by just telling them who I am. And I don't remember the last time I paid to get in a zoo, and I love it. But when I was growing up, I wasn't the richest kid in the world. My family wasn't rich. I always wanted to go to a zoo. I didn't want to go to the zoo to buy stuff. I wanted to go to the zoo to see stuff, but we weren't, wealthy enough to go. So we went, but the school trips were my biggest one. Like I remember those more until I got a little older. When I went to school, everyone got to the zoo. They were buying, stuff at the gifts. I was watching the animals. That's what I did. I was engulfed with it, and that's what I want to offer is someone where just because you don't have a lot of money, don't mean you can't bring the family to my little zoo and enjoy the animals and get Gary telling you about them and maybe get something out and let the kids touch it.
Like ET says, if you want it as bad enough, like you want to breathe, you'll get it.
Yeah, every single day. That's what I want to do. That's my dream. I've kicked around, ideas to get funding. I'm trying to think of other ways to do it. And it's not for me to get a house. I want the zoo. That's what I want. I want the zoo. It's very important to me to let walk in free. It's very important to me. And right now I don't. I mean, I only got the money I have involved in the move. And if someone want to come over, they can come over. I wouldn't charge a nickel. See, and that's what I want. I want some people to bring their kids and their kids to be able to see. See, I have my daughter. My daughter's amazing. I love her to death. She'll get in any animal's cage and play with it. So she helps out when let's say we get out ball python and the kids are scared. They see my daughter pick it up. It eases that fear.
Yes.
And then the cages don't even have to be super, what I have, not that big. I was talking to Terry, I was talking to Rob, and I was like, what kind of things, Carmichael, I was like, what kind of things? They said, the small cages are our biggest, attraction. The things with anoles in it and some house geckos and maybe a roach colony, and stuff like that. And that's where I'm going off of. Because honestly, I mean, getting a 20-foot snake, what can we do with the 20-foot snake? It's going to take up, so much. It's going to be one 20-foot snake. It's cool. I would rather have a tortoise. Maybe when I get a bigger place, I'll get a 20-foot snake. But it's very important to me never to get so big where I have to start charging people $5, $2, $10, whatever it is to get in to see my stuff. I want them to be able to walk through the door and say, we can go see Gary. Let's go. And then I'll make the birthday parties my income, the merchandise and making the stuffed animals and, advertisement on REPTIPOST. This is why I'm trying to do all this stuff. I'm trying to get all this stuff done because every nickel I get is going into the zoo.
Yep. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, Emily, go open a zoo. called the Cattails, and it's tigers and one bear, and it's a tiny place, and the next closest one is all the way across. Do you know what? Here's an idea. You could talk to that zoo and see if it's an accredited zoo. You might have trouble doing this. If it's not an accredited zoo, talk with them about teaming up and seeing if they got any land or anything set aside that you could open up something small there. That would be a start, or do what I'm doing and start from the bottom and work your way up. But yeah, I mean, it's a dream of mine. I've been wanting to do it forever. And it's not because of Brian's place. It's not because of Jay. It's not because of Terry. Well, more so Terry and Rob, because they do what I want to do. I don't want to show animals biting and saying, "Oh, look at that, guys." And YouTube might turn into something for me where it funds it too. Who knows? So that's what I'm at right now. I mean, if I had to choose between breeding leopard geckos and breeding roaches or the zoo, and they said everything would be taken care of if you do this one thing, I'll choose the zoo in a heartbeat. Over everything.
I might have I would probably do the same thing. The zoos
I would do a zoo. I have see. My problem is I probably can get the animals pretty easily. It's the caging right now. I got to figure out the caging, and I literally just started getting into it. Last Sunday, I talked to a guy that custom makes stuff. I'm going to make an appointment. I have a 22-foot wall that I can do almost anything on. Then I got like 4 foot, then a safe door, then 4 foot. Then I got a hallway, and then I got another wall. It's like 10 feet, 10, 15 feet. But I can't come out because there's doors open, but I can do like angles and make like an angled cage. That's where I'm going to put the Nile and the Cayman lizard. Not Cayman, but Cayman lizard. And then I got another wall that I want to do a 2-level tortoise pen. I want to have Mimsy on the ground because she's going to be hundreds of pounds. And then I want to have a 3-section for smaller tortoises up top, so people can actually touch them and play with them and stuff. Because Groot loves being touched. I don't care what people say. Groot loves it. He's an attention whore. He'll come over to you. What's up? How you doing? I think he wants food, but he'll take head scratches too.
I think he just wants to go hang out with Mimsy too.
Oh, geez. I don't know why he wants to hang out with Mimsy. Beats the piss out of him. She will beat him down.
It's funny.
And it's funny. He'll go over there, and Mimsy will just go charging him, flipping him, doing everything else. We put him back over, and he crawls back over to her. I'm like, what are you doing?
Maybe she has a smell that he wants or something. I don't know.
I guess. She's 5 times his size.
I know.
I'm like, Groot, you're going to die.
God. He's just so tiny. It's cool, though. It's cool.
He's such a good tortoise. My wife does really well. We got another cherry head. Locally, someone had a cherry head that needed a home, and we got that.
Them are cool. I always wanted to get one, but I never just got around to it. They can't be as messy as the snapping turtle was.
No. I have an opportunity to get an alligator snapper, and everyone's like, why don't you get that? That could be, I want a Mata Mata.
Them are bad at that. Sorry. I think they're...
I fly in the car, and it's driving me crazy. Fly, 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 fly.
I swing all over the road.
Yeah, so I got to think of a way that I can we can make this happen. But like, I've been there 22 days, and I've been planning. And this is like the last 22 days. My stress level's gone way down because I mean the reason I can't release 100% yet. I did on my interview with another friend, but he's not releasing that right this second. It'll be fine when he releases it. But my stress level was I was getting out of animals.
Yeah, I could tell that whole 2 weeks or a little bit longer than that, you were just like stressing out bad. And then you finally told me what was going on, and then now you seem a lot better now, and I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm chill now. Like I was calling up people saying, "What do you want?" And I was going to give it away.
Yeah.
I mean, I had some people say there's so much money there. I'm like, whatever. What do you want? I mean, some things I did get rid of already because I panicked and I got rid of some stuff.
But I understand why though. It was
Yeah, it sucked. It sucked.
Yeah. Did you? Do you plan to breed the cherry heads at all, or are they male? Or both males, both females? What?
We have a younger. We think she's female, but she's 3 years out. Groot's ready. Well, if we find a female, we'll breed Groot. And then we got a baby cherry head. We got a baby. Well, she's about a year old now. That we're hoping's female. It's looking. I don't know how to sex them when they're that small, 100%. But then we got one that's like 2 to 3 years old. Then we got Groot. And then we have Mimsy. And I had an opportunity for another sulcata, but my wife wants an Aldabra. Now Aldabras get big. So my plan has to work. If we get the Aldabra, it's going to take years to get too big for our place. Yeah. So I have to have a place for that Aldabra by the time it gets large. Let's see. I have a question. How did you two meet? How long ago was it? Did you guys click as friends right away, or did it take time? We met on Andrew's YouTube. Yeah. And I think I was on there.
We met before that, though, on like BLP and them things.
Yeah.
A little bit, but not much.
And then we just kind of like clicked. We got on, and then I was like, I want to do a reptile show. I got on a radio. I own it. You want to do a radio show? Yeah. And we actually didn't do it podcast. We did it old school radio.
Radio. Yes, we did.
And I still have them clips. I should upload them. I should get them uploaded ASAP. We have old school radio. It's no visual, just us talking. And then we went this style. Now I like it. Yeah. Wait, pulling into South Hart now. Oh,
she's going to visit my grandkids.
I didn't know who any of you were till I started watching YouTubers. I joke. Some people take it personal, but I joke saying I'm not just a YouTuber. But I'm probably one of the original reptile YouTubers.
Yeah.
I will go out say I will say that all day long. It was me, Ralph Davis.
He's gone too.
Yeah.
I wish he would come back.
It was us, and Ralph did ball pythons and rats. He did rats. Oh, Ralph Davis had rats. I mean, I've never seen so many rats in my life. And then Al did venomous, and I did venomous, and that was my in. I mean, they probably didn't like my non-venomous stuff when it was me with Pro Herps, and I would go pick up 2,000. Now, I'm not joking. There's a YouTube video out there. I don't know. It might have got deleted. I have to see if I have it. I went and picked up 2,000 corn snakes. Because, I mean, that's what we did back then. I drove to New Jersey. I picked them up. I got 2,000 corn snakes. Or when I went, I had a YouTube video of when I went and picked up the Gaboon Viper. A pet store in Detroit had a Gaboon Viper dropped off in their doorstep. They put it in a chicken wire cage. No joke. And I just looked at him. I'm like, you're going to die. You're going to die. And
you did it before even like Muff Daddy and all them did it, right?
Oh, yeah. Muff Daddy came in after me. When Muff Daddy came, I had probably over 100K subscribers at that time. Because Nick, his name's Nick. He used to talk to me, and he had my phone number back then. And I remember my biggest conversation with him is he thought he was going to be a big YouTuber. So he went out and bought a Mustang. He went out and bought a Mustang, and he goes, Gary, and I used to sell cars. I'm like, that's the worst investment you can do, bud. That's the worst investment you can do. But he still bought it. And then Mike passed away from the heart attack. I think Nick's like into politics now. Seriously, I do. I think he's a politician. I don't know what part he ran for governor of something. He ran for something in the state he's in.
He's a Virginia or West Virginia, one of them.
Yeah, one of those.
Well, then he needs to get out and protect the rights of people who want to keep reptiles, even though everybody bashed him for the Gaboon Viper he had.
Oh, the thing was, and I talk about putting a horse before you, you're 100% right. Well, he wanted to be me so bad. He wanted to be a venomous guy, and he wanted to be Al, but he knew Al. He drove to Al.
I remember that.
And Al gave him was it a water moccasin? Was it? I forget. He gave him I think it was a moccasin.
But he ended up selling him a Gaboon too, didn't he?
No, he didn't get the Gaboon from Mal. He got copperheads and
Copperheads
the moccasin.
Is what it was.
And he told me, I'm like, well, neither of them should kill you, but it'd be a nasty bite. It would be. And, I was trying to help him do his protocol because people don't know. Just because I don't like you doesn't mean I won't help you. I do it all the time. I might hate your guts and I'll help you. And so I didn't like him. I didn't like him at all. He was a bad image. But here's this guy that has venomous. So I started helping him make, like protocol books. And he got that gaboon. And I was like, you're going to die. I said, people get bit by gaboon, get AV, and they die. It's a bad, nasty bite. It is one of the worst bites you can take in a captivity because it just starts deteriorating your skin and nerves, and it's a bad venom. And then when Mike died, people that know this, Mike kept all the venomous at his house. So I don't even think Nick has anything to do with reptiles anymore. I don't think he has anything to do with reptiles. It was more of a high to him because kids liked him and stuff like that. It was that. Mike was a good guy, though. I like Mike. I actually like Mike, and I talk to Mike all the time. But
he was he did they lived in a trailer house. That was kind of funny. Not there's anything wrong with living in a trailer, but the way they had it set up, jumping out the windows to the trailer court, I was like, what are these guys?
I was worried about him. That was a fun time, but I used to do like videos. I had me doing big snakes. I got bloopers. I don't know if they're out there anymore. I have the hard drive. The hard drive's over here somewhere on this side of this wall. I just got to go get it recovered. All my YouTube videos are on it, but they'll be in like 360 or 240. They won't be in.
Doesn't matter though. It's a start.
Yeah, and I could get them recovered. I got my gaboons on there. My boom slings are on there. My electric eel's in there somewhere. So I did a little of everything. Yeah, it's like a spiky, but it's weird. It's doing it again, but it only does it randomly.
I don't know what's going on here. Hold on.
Gary, my other half, Jacob says, if you help him get to Florida, he will catch you anything he went down there. Down in Florida, I have a lot of connections down in Florida. A lot, like my buddy Ray Hunter's down there. Tom's down there. Joe's down there. I want to get down there, but Florida's going through a lot of stuff right now. So Florida might not. They got to get on the ball. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if USARK's helping them, but USARK Florida's trying because they're two different places. They're going after a lot of stuff down there.
The mic thing might have something to do with how close I am to the microphone. Like,
oh, gotcha. Yeah, you sound good right now.
Yeah,
but
and I had the gain turned up too high. Maybe
Florida's gonna end up outlawing everything.
Everything. If it can live in Florida, they don't want you to have it. Goldfish, nothing.
Yeah,
that's what that lady basically said today. The number 2 person in charge of the Florida Game and Wildlife Fish thing. If it can live there, they don't want it there.
Yeah, I don't know if Florida's going to make it or not. I know that there's some new breeders moving down there. If you're a reptile keeper and you're moving to Florida, I don't know what you're thinking.
No, yeah, you don't want to be in Florida. Jersey's problem is they make you get a permit for everything. If you go to a pet store and buy leopard geckos, you got to get a permit for it. But that's the way the state makes money, see. Now in Australia, you have to have a permit for everything too, no matter what it is. And you have to do a class to make sure you know how to take care of that animal. And then they come out and they can check on it if they want. So I don't know how that works
in Australia. I just have my backyard. I'm good.
Yeah.
Let me in my backyard. Yeah, I need to get bar check money so I can get my zoo going. I need bar check money.
Yeah, well, you never know. I'll tell you what, though, I watched a video he did the other day of his geckos. Did you see his geckos he just set up? All the gargoyle geckos and the Leachianus and stuff like that?
Yep.
He's got a nice setup there with those guys. I mean, that room is nice the way they got it set up. But he has a problem because, like, he opened up the cage and there was a baby in there, and he's like, oh, laid eggs. I didn't even know because I couldn't find them. That's the only problem with the
Yeah, I mean,
naturalistic.
I don't know what he's. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing because I don't know if he's gonna keep it that way. He just built it, but he's building a second story to rim out on the whole place.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's doing. Costed like $4 million.
something like that. He had a GoFundMe or something. It said something about $4 million. I don't remember.
I don't understand why he's putting the aquariums on the second floor though.
Yeah, I would worry about that. Leaks.
Leaks. I don't know. I'm not an architect, so I don't know. So I mean, I guess if you put it on the first floor, you're still above the basement. But if you're going to have the basement be a place anyway, why not just put the aquarium down in the basement?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it would affect. I don't know. I shouldn't even talk about it because I don't know what's what. So it might be more money to do it that way. I don't know. But I mean, Barczyk's design, what he showed, that picture is sort of cool.
Yeah, no,
He doesn't want to kill you; just wants to hug you.
You sound like my wife there, Emily. She says Australia, everything wants to kill you. I don't know. I do know that. Did you see the tourist view? The tourist thing for New Zealand did a whole skit on that. So if I go to Australia, everything there wants to kill you. As soon as you step off the thing, come to New Zealand, nothing wants to kill you. We don't even have snakes here. It's fun.
There it is. Yeah, I know. I just wondering in the long run. I'm always thinking, I'm a business guy. I'm like, more room doesn't always equal better. It just doesn't. I mean, would it be cheaper to find another building to move it all? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. He's got that building. I don't know what's out his way anymore, but Shopko went out of business here. So I could have a 15,000 square foot building right now. No, 150,000 square foot. I'm sorry, 150,000 square foot, like size of Lowe's. Probably for $1.1 million if I wanted to buy it. And then spend the $3 million to make it what I want. It'd be one floor level zoo. I'm just thinking outside the box. In a long term, is that going to be sustainable? Or is once you put it in there, are the repairs going to cost more because of it? I don't know.
Are you hurt?
I mean, like I said, I'm sure he has architects that went out there and looked at it, and have people more intelligent than me. I was just thinking, like, the long haul. Is it going to be? I mean, he's going to want to grow.
Give
more.
me 1 second.
Oh, go ahead. Let's be honest. Brian Barczyk's going to want to grow more. He is. I mean, what else can he do? But I mean, if he would have want to found it, I mean, out that way, there's I think he wants to keep it in the town it's in because they're supportive in the reptarian. I totally get that. But I mean, you keep it there in the long run, does it hurt it? I mean, like Wrightstown is supportive of what I'm doing right now, but in the end, is that building going to be big enough for me? If there's not another building in Wrightstown, I'm going to move. I'm going to do it. I'm just worried about the long haul. That's just how my brain works. I want the short, but then I think about long term. Let's say a tank breaks. Let's say something does happen. What happens later? I mean, he had leaks in the gator tank already. So I'm not saying it to be negative. I don't want to see anything negative about it, and it happened, and there's going to be people laughing at him then, and that's going to be wrong.
Yeah, I would put all my aquarium stuff in the lowest level possible.
Yeah, that's what I do, and I might be wrong, but what I know of Brian, there's no way he'd do another zoo. He couldn't do it without being there.
Yeah.
He doesn't. It's not a control thing with him. It's just that's who he is. He has to be around it. He would struggle. He would struggle with that. I just was thinking, like, you can go out and buy. I mean, Kmart's are out there still vacant. I mean, buy a Kmart, they're 80,000 square feet.
There's a
buy
big one here.
Yeah, buy.
It's empty.
Let's say a Kmart building costs $800,000. put the other 3.5 million or whatever into it and make your zoo. I've thought about that like many times, but I mean, to me, $4 million is a lot more out there than 30 grand. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a different level at that point.
There's a Kmart for sale, but I guess half hour, 45 minutes for me. It's empty.
Yeah, I mean, think about how much that would be. I mean, they just tore down a Kmart to build a Hy-Vee. See, they just tore down a Kmart now. I mean, that's what I would think. And people don't take this like I'm slamming Brian. There's that one fly. I think when I thought about it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to put the aquarium on the second level." And he's gonna I like the dig site thing. That's really cool for the kids in the basement. I really dig that idea. And that's not a pun. I think that's awesome. But then the reptiles on the first floor, is he gonna have an elevator in there for people in wheelchairs to get to that second floor?
That takes a lot.
I mean, I'm not saying that he has to do it. I'm saying is he gonna offer that so the people in wheelchairs can get up there?
I think you have to offer that. I think that's part of the whole Disabilities Act thing.
Well, you don't have to. It's private property. They just won't be able to go up there. You don't have to. You don't have to since it's a zoo, because there's places like Toledo Zoo that's not accessible but for wheelchairs. It's just not accessible.
Okay.
I just think about the long term, like everything's got to be logged up there. So when he gets a new animal, it's got to be logged up there. And what can he do on that second floor? What I mean, I just know, Brian, this isn't the end. It's not the end. I mean, he's going to succeed at it. He's going to want to get bigger. And then, I mean, when he wants to get bigger, that building's about it. He's going to have to move again anyway. He'll have to.
He already was thinking about the building behind him. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
There's a building right behind him. He was thinking.
So, I mean, I get supporting the town. I get that. I just, at the end of the day, I was wondering about that. I mean, the design's amazing looking. I haven't seen inside of it. I've seen pictures of the outside. I don't know if he's released picture, like anything of the inside, like 3D images. But the outside thing, it looks sharp. Oh, you can get grants to make them. See, look at that. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. So I always think outside the box like that. Like, my building is not wheelchair accessible because I have 2 steps to get in the building.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. But I'm sure someone can pull the person in a wheelchair up into my building. But it's 2 steps because, I mean, the building's probably built in like 1900s. You know, it's an old bank. So I don't know. That's what I think about. Them little things is my detail thing. It's like, I'm very detail oriented. Like I was telling, I don't know if I said it in Facebook or not, but I was like, you know, tell me you have a system without telling me you have a system. I was reaching for worms, cleaning at the facility for the first time, and I was reaching for worms where I usually had them in here, and they weren't there. I'm like, oh, they're over here now. So, 1985. So, I mean, I don't know, Brian. I wish him the best. I hope it works out. I mean,
so do I.
Anyone that puts $4 million into something, let's just be honest, that's amazing.
That is amazing. Yes, it is.
I don't even know his business structure. I don't know if he charges to get into the zoo. I think
he does.
I don't know if what his business model is. It's just important to me that mine's free.
He does private tours, but you have to pay for the private tours, of course.
I would do that, but I probably wouldn't do it at this facility because, I mean, it's small. Yeah. But if I was bigger, I'd probably do private tours and take you into backs and stuff like that. But it's just important to me to make it very affordable to, I want it free to walk in my doors. And so it's $10. But, I mean, he does have a nice size zoo. I mean, the value's there. In my opinion, the value's there for $10.
Yeah, and I'm sure, he's kind of... That costs a lot of money for him to set that up too, the way that
Yeah.
is. So
I mean, he did it as a business. I mean, it is a business, and there's nothing wrong with it. The only thing I question was like, and I'm sure he was been said this to other people, like aquarium second floor. That's what I'm just like, what? Now, what I think would be really cool, I don't know if he's doing this, since he is doing the aquarium on the second floor, if he cut a hole, like a big hole, and made an aquarium second floor and first floor where the fish could go up and down and made it really deep. It made like a 15 by 20. I don't know if he has a space for that. I've never been to his new place.
do you remember the Rainbow Cafes?
What?
Rainbow Cafes? You ever Rainbow Cafes? All the proceeds went towards to save the rainforest, and the foods they had like Brazilian nuts in it and stuff to try to keep the rainforest safe. Me and Becky used to go. They had one in Philly, and they had an aquarium like that went straight through like that, and the fish would go up.
That would be cool. Huge. And I would love to see sharks there because let's all admit we all love animals. So there's other things that we like other than reptiles, geckos, all this other stuff. So he's kind of living a dream. And I know he donates to US Ark and he does all that good stuff. I'm just worried about that second floor thing. And what I don't want to see is something bad happen and then people laugh at him for it. And that
would be bad.
Yeah, I'm worried about that, but I mean, Brian's done his due diligence and he's gone over this, I'm sure. And I mean, if Brian didn't do it, Lori did it. One or the other.
You could look it up. Rainforest Cafe is still a thing. Yeah, they got them all over the place.
I wonder where they're at.
They used to have in Philly, and that's where me and Becky used to go all the time when we lived there. But there's like I don't know how well you could see that, but all the alligators and stuff and crocodiles come out green. Yeah, but yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping that things go good with all these zoos. I'm trying to model mine after Rob Carmichael's zoo. It's free. Terry Phillips, he's a curator of the reptile zoo in South
but he's
Dakota.
made a lot of changes down there too. So and he's done it the right way. It's a great place. I love going there.
So I'm gonna try to model myself after that. I want to say the Terry Phillips had the most species for a reptile zoo for the longest time.
Yeah, I don't. Is there somebody out there that's got more?
I bet you Ty might beat him eventually. Ty's gonna take that over, but Ty's got. How many acres?
A lot. Well, I think Terry has the most venomous species.
Oh, by far, yeah.
So it's pretty cool to go there.
Terry's got that in lockdown. Terry's just a really good guy, so I'm going to model after them. I'm not looking to do the shock and awe, and nothing against the people that do. It's just I'm not looking to make this snake. You're never going to see YouTube. This snake attacked me. I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. I might put out there, this snake gave me a big hug and kiss today. Something like that.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
But if I'm filming, and I'll tell you all this right now, if I'm filming and this starts going on YouTube, because that's what the plan is. And let's say I got my Nile out and it rips me in half, YouTube will never see that.
No.
It will never see it.
I don't think I've ever showed bites at all. With the snakes and stuff. I've never.
I was bit by a Savannah. Well, it's right there, Savannah monitor.
I was bit by a black-throated monitor. It was a smaller one. I had it on my arm, and it bit me right in my elbow area, in the inside elbow part. And I was holding it, and it jumped off and started spinning, and I had to grab it, and I had a big hole in my arm for a long time.
Yeah, that leaks is what I'm worried about, dude. That's what I'm like. Because, I mean, he paid a lot of money for them cages, and that alligator tank leaked, 3-4 times?
It still does, I think, a little bit. See, the problem is, when you're messing with water like that, and you're setting up a large aquarium setup like that, aquariums have a tendency to leak.
And that's an old building, so it's going to settle with... I mean, I guess they're going to reinforce it, but...
Yeah.
That's how much... Oh, jeez. Oh,
I don't know if I think I would be looking for a whole new place or something. I don't know. I don't know if I would go up with it like that.
that my anxiety would get to me so bad. I'd be like, "Oh, it's today." That's what I would think
Yeah.
every day is today, and I hope it doesn't. I hope it rocks out. I mean, uh, Brian's got water finds a way.
Water does. It
Oh,
finds a way.
Deb. Oh, Dylan. Yeah, I'm sorry, bud. Oh, he had a flood in his house.
Oh yeah. I watch a lot of TikTok and stuff and see the aquariums that spring leaks when nobody's home and it's caught on their surveillance cameras and stuff. And I think, wow. I was in my living room. I had a big tank sitting here where I'm at right now. And I was in my living room and I heard this big pop. And I'm like, the heck was that? So I walked around looking and I couldn't find nothing. The aquarium didn't break, but there's a brace that goes across the top, that snapped and the whole front of the aquarium bowed out like a foot. So I had to shore it up until I could drain it, and it was scary.
No, I'm good with that. No, see the best aquarium I've ever gone to. I know there's one in Indianapolis or near Indiana somewhere, but the Toledo Zoo has a really good ice aquarium now, and I don't know how many gallons. I have no clue. They're just huge. I mean, they're huge. I could go swimming for hours in there and not find new stuff. And I'm just like, that's so much water. That's what I was thinking. Like, it's so much water.
I've been to the Tulsa Aquarium. They have a nice aquarium. I've been to the Camden Aquarium. They have a nice one. There's one in Minneapolis I've been to. That's pretty good, too.
So much water. So I don't know. I wish him luck. It just, when he said, "Oh, I'm going to put it on the second floor," I was like, I thought he was joking. Honest to God, I was like, ha, 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 ha. You're going to tear down your building and build a new one. That's what I thought. I thought he was going to tear everything down and start over because he owns that.
Yeah.
So, start over. Cool. It's like, no, I'm just going to put some, what do you say, pillars here, and it's going to, I'm like, he's not joking. What? I was like, whoa. But, I mean, rock it out. I hope it goes good.
That would be nice. I hope it does, too.
I hope it goes good and he gets his aquarium because he's living his dream right now. That's what he's doing. Did the GoFundMe? It's funded?
I don't have any idea. I've never checked it.
$4 million? Guys, GoFundMe, $4 million. I'll bring a zoo to you.
Do a traveling zoo. Come right to your house.
Shoot, I'll get large cats for $4 million. I'll become Tiger King too.
Place. But you can't put a zoo there, right? Is that what you told me? Because I told you that was for sale.
No. Yeah, you told me that's for sale. You can't put a zoo there. But I think it's sold. I think it actually sold now.
Okay.
But $4 million, I'll talk to the sanctuaries. I got some sanctuary friends. I'll get a large cat or two. What's up? I'll be Tiger King. I'll be Tiger King too. I'll rock it out. I mean, $4 million. I know how to. That's something that I can stretch a nickel. I can stretch a nickel. So $4 million would last me. I would put it into a pretty bomb ass zoo. But I would go outside if I had $4 million, $5 million. I would try to do some outside enclosures and stuff. That's where I would want to be. But I mean, you couldn't be in Wisconsin to do it, or you'd have to have. That'd be kind of cool. Have like an indoor enclosures, but then you can take them outside during the summer months and then bring them back in. That would be cool. But the UVA and UVB bulbs, I got the end on that too. Yeah, I got the end. Ryan McVeigh, hook me up, bud. I need some UVA, UVB bulbs, bud.
It would be cool. I would like to have an indoor croc facility, though. That would be cool.
My dream is have a Nile croc, and I'll probably never have it. I want the man-eater. Niles are known to eat people. That's why I say that, guys.
Yeah.
Because the natives, where they're from, go down and get water, and they take them down.
The Egyptians would feed people to the crocodiles. That would be cool, though.
I want a Nile really bad. It's just, I mean, even if I get a big zoo, let's be honest. I mean,
Salty would be cool.
Oh, Salty would be, oh, jeez. But, I mean, there's nowhere I could put it. I mean, the enclosure would need, the true enclosure a saltwater croc or a Nile or an alligator needs. is more than I can give it.
Unless you had millions of dollars.
Unless I had millions of dollars. Well, even a croc, I mean, you would need an indoor facility for it.
Yep.
For during the wintertime, but outdoor, you just put some fencing up with a pond, you're good to go. But then you got to be able to, then you got to have the knowledge of, hey, guess what? Winter's coming. I got to take that big 15-foot crocodile and put it inside now, you know, without dying.
Unless, of course, you live in Colorado where they got that outdoor alligator thing there. Did you see that? But it's in Colorado, and it's heated by volcanic. The water's like 90 degrees year round or something.
That's kind of cool. I didn't know. I'm gonna go there.
They leave them outside year round and stuff. It does really good. You should look it up. It's in Colorado. It's an alligator farm in Colorado.
Yeah, I can get alligators. I can get alligators. I'll just keep one.
Yeah,
when I rehome. I'll just keep one. But I don't know. I was talking to Dylan about getting a caiman. It's just caimans are mean usually unless they're Kevin. Kevin's the only guy I know. It's like, oh, I got this caiman. Look at it. It's really nice. See this? It's a puppy dog. I'm like, what?
Yeah, usually they have an attitude.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin looks at an animal, does this little thing like this, and it's like, oh, hi, I'm a kitten. Oh, that's a lion, dude. Oh, it's my kitten. Kevin's insane. What a flex on the ground. I get it. That is a flex. That is a flex. Like, talk about Brian. I mean, he's got salt and pepper, which are rare. I mean, the albino's not as rare, but it's not an albino, is it?
No, it's a leucistic.
Yeah, so I mean, them are rare.
Here's what I want to know now. He's got them too, salt and pepper. How long is it going to be before he has to build a whole separate?
He's building them. He's building them.
Those...
Mm-hmm. That's what he's talking about, and I think RJ's getting somewhere too.
Yeah,
I mean, but I don't know. I mean, he's friend with Gatorland, of course. So I don't know if he's going to do a breeding loan with them to, salt or pepper. And he does have a deal where he's got his baby gators. When they get too big, he sends them to Gatorland. They get new babies.
Josh says she might be albino. I'm not
sure.
Might be albino. She might be.
I've just seen some of the videos once in a while. But I mean, that's kind of cool. They're not cheap. Even an albino gator's not cheap.
No.
So that's pretty cool. But I do know that he was saying, I don't know if it was on a podcast, but he's building them an enclosure for them.
Okay, that would be cool.
So I think but RJ's his boy. He's had RJ for a long. I mean, I got a picture of me holding RJ years at 2012.
I remember when RJ was just a little guy.
Yeah, I mean, I was holding him in like this. I was like, "Here's RJ."
Salt is an albino. Albino,
no.
My fault.
Albino. So I mean, I mean, them are rare alligators. I remember back in 2009, Michael Cole was walking around with an albino alligator at Daytona. And that was a huge attraction in 2009. That was like, whoa, what's that? And it's still kind of, what's that?
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool thing. But I can't put an alligator in my facility. I don't have the room. I couldn't do it. I want a caiman, but even a 4-foot caiman would be too much.
That takes a lot of room too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I want my caiman lizard and my Nile monitor already take up a room. I want to have more than just those. And the reason I'm keeping my Nile is I'm not getting rid of him because of I need space for a zoo. I've had that Nile for years. He's my boy. He'll kill me, but he's my boy. He's not. He used to tongue feed. Really, he's not tongue feed. He goes after my hand right now.
Let's hope you get him calm back down. The whole move stressed him out a little bit, huh?
No, he's not a happy monitor. He is not happy. Before he was above Mimsy and above Groot. And then when do you know what I think it was? Is I took him there. I scrubbed down his cage. I scrubbed it down. I made it all brand new. Scrubbed it. Went in and scrubbed it. And now he's pissed off.
The smell. Probably the smell. What would you like to know about iguanas? I used to have iguanas. I had some pretty big iguanas.
Oh, iguanas. I like iguanas. Don't get me wrong. I love iguanas. But people don't know what they take. That's why you don't see iguanas that much anymore.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I had a friend when I had the pet store thing going. I had a friend who lived right behind it, and he had an iguana, and it was a male, and he used to feed it all the time. And he opened up the cage, it bit him right in the nose, took his nose right off. He had to have it surgically put back on. It was bad. It was a big male did that to him.
Yeah, the males. I seen a really tame male. Now they're gonna kill me if they watch this. But they go to Janesville all the time, and they have a male iguana, and it just sits there. Lets everyone pet it. Just sits there. Doesn't care. But males will turn on you. I don't know about that one, but males get moody. Iguanas just get big, and they get big, and they need height, and they need everything. And they eat a lot. I don't care what anyone says. They eat a lot.
And my neighbor in Philadelphia, he had an iguana, bit his ring finger off. He had to have it put back on. Bit it right off. Bit it and spun and took it right off.
Yeah,
so iguanas can be nasty. So
yeah,
don't get me wrong, they're cool.
You can email Ty. Ty likes iguanas.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Rhino iguana would be cool.
Rhinos are cool. The same about beardies. I love them, but people buy them and don't give them everything they need. And you're right. They don't. Bearded dragons need a bigger cage too.
Mark's the beardy guy. He loves his beardies. Yes, he treats them like a king.
I'm one of them people who says you can't give something too big of cage if you give it enough hides.
Yep.
And everyone's like, you can. I'm like, well, the world doesn't have walls.
That's what I always say too. But
so
I find some animals though, when you do put them in a smaller enclosure, they do seem to thrive better than they do when they got a big, huge open space.
Well, ball pythons are one that does that because they don't have to move. And then like isopods, I think a reason I succeeded with my rubber duckies is I kept them in a container, all 5 of them in a container like that big. Well, so they found each other.
Yeah, that if they're in too big of an area, they don't find each other. Now, when you get isopods, you keep them in a small enclosure until they get bigger, and then you go from there.
Yeah, and so then I moved them up. Like my what do they call it? The Panda Kings? Got them in a container like that big. There's like 20 of them.
Yep.
And I got them in there, but the Panda Kings burrow down in the soil.
Don't your duckies do that? Duckies?
Yeah, I didn't know they were the same species. That's why I asked you if they were the same species.
Yeah, they're Cubaris species. They burrow down.
I go in there and there's little holes in the dirt, and they're burrowed down in there.
Yeah, that when I mess with mine, I look in there and then I look and I see all the holes and I see all the ones that are out, and I can just imagine how many are in the dirt.
I got a deal. I'm gonna tell people. I got a deal. I got them for like $20, like 25 of them. I got a deal. And then I showed you. the.
Yeah, you showed it
to me. Again.
Like, what the heck?
I showed you. I got a deal, and I didn't think the guy was gonna send or the girl was gonna send them. I didn't think. I was like, oh, they're not gonna send them because it was an auction, and no, they sent them. I don't think I got an overcount though. I don't think I did.
No. They go for about right now. Panda Kings are going for about 10 for about $40 to $50.
That's insane. Yeah, I don't know if them are gonna breed. I don't know. I got all my other stuff. I did my Death Stalker hasn't had babies yet. But then I talked to my buddy John. He goes, "It takes a long time, dude." He goes, "You're fine."
Pregnant though?
Yeah. You can see inside her because I put a light and I can see inside her, but she's mean as can be. I mean, she is like mean.
You see the little eyes in there?
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. Well, when you do have them, let me know. I would like to purchase one from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my buddy John come over or meet him up, and he's gonna help me separate them and do it right. Uh-huh. This thing is mean. If I go up and I touch the end, it will try to attack my finger.
They're cool though.
So I take and she'll eat off tongues. It's the coolest thing. I literally take a dubia roach and I got it in tweezers, I say, and I take it and she'll grab it with her claw and pull it in and sting it and then eat it.
Yep, they're cool.
And it dies instantly. Like the dubia roach dies instantly. It's the coolest thing in the world, and I know that
venom that most scorpions have that is designed to kill roaches and insects instantly like that. That's pretty cool stuff.
I mean, you see him in the claw, and as soon as the stinger goes in, it's dead. I'm like, this is insane. I got to get it on video. I put her on mostly dry, but I gave her some cocoa fiber in one corner, and she'll stay on the dirt until she eats, and she goes over to cocoa fiber when she eats. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
You don't have to give those extra water, do you? Or do you?
I was told not to.
Yeah.
So
some species you do, but other ones you don't.
The cocoa fiber I was dry because I didn't think she wanted all sand. So I gave her some cocoa fiber. She will only sit on the cocoa fiber when she eats.
She's got a bellyache.
Yeah, and then then I gave her like this log piece, and she sits on top of it. She's not scared. She's like, "I'll sit right here. What's up?" She's not scared of nothing. I'm like, "It's a cave. I made it a cave for you. Get in there and you can chill." Nope. She gets up on top of that, and she's it.
I wanted to get one of those, and I wanted to get some Hottentotus. Because you don't need a male for Hottentotus.
Yeah, that's cool.
They just automatically start producing. Yeah.
So I think I'm going to set the Death Stalker up because that is something. So I do got hot. I do got venomous. I mean, the Death Stalker's hot.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I got that. And how I got that is I was at one of my last Janesvilles. And everyone knew I wanted it. And there was 2 people with Death Stalkers. And I just went and they go, "Gary, buy this." Gave me a deal. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." I had Death Stalker in my hand. Then I didn't know it was Gravid. I just walked around with it. And then someone else looked and goes, "That's Gravid." I was like, "What do you think? It's just big." That's all I said.
Yeah,
like,
no, when you look at them through the side, you can see little black dots where the eyes are at. Yeah. And that's from the babies inside. That's pretty cool.
I think she's going to explode. But John told me when she does, I got to keep her drier. Because a lot of people keep it too wet, so I keep it dry, and she does great. For the longest time, she was sitting on this desk here and in the cage, and it's 70 degrees here, and she was fine. Now she's at 80 degrees.
You need to get a life, Randy. I got one.
Yes, scorpions. I'm lost. Scorpions are awesome. Well, Andy's getting 25 tubs of dubia roaches.
You missed out on the conversation. You were in the car getting out of the car. You must have missed it.
Yeah, I'm
just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, things are rocking, dude.
Trying to get me in trouble, aren't you?
Well, that's okay. Well, hopefully we can just have a place at my zoo. You can move in. Yeah. That's my wife brought this up. She goes, "Wouldn't it be cool if we could just live here?" That's what she said. I'm like, "Oh, we can make this happen. Have a divorce papers. It's for him to want." Well, do you want dubious or do you want Germans? Germans, yuck.
She says neither.
Yeah, no,
Andy,
I don't want.
Dead. No, I wouldn't. What was the thing your wife said now? I was lost there for a second.
Oh, she said it'll be cool to live in the zoo.
That would be cool.
So if I go bigger, if it ever does take off, that's what I want to do. Make it where we live there. And I think the reason is you ever seen We Bought a Zoo? That's an excellent movie.
That's an excellent movie. Did you ever see the Lion King? He lived there with his places. You know.
Yeah.
Tiger King. It's
Tiger King. I just really want this, and I found some ideas when I was talking to you about how I want to fund it. I have to figure it out, and I want to do it the right way. I want to do it where it's just really important to me that the zoo's free to walk in. So when we're there, it's open and people can just walk in and they can enjoy the animals. I might not be there every day. My wife might not be there every day, but one of us would be. And you can look at the animals and enjoy the animals and move on.
Birthday parties are a big thing.
Yeah, I want to do birthday parties, educational shows. I used to do those, but ready for this? Educational shows I used to do for free. No one knew that. I used to do all educational for schools. I didn't do school birthday parties free, but any school funding I did for free. Once Brandon came here from California with, gosh dang, I can't think of his name now.
I know who you mean, though.
The California guy, he's really big out there. I forget the name of his company. Oh, my Lord. Oh, but he came out here. I stopped doing them. because
he retired now though. Completely.
yeah, he retired now. I could go back to him. I didn't want to offer myself free and him charge and so I just stepped out of it. I don't like stepping on people's toes, so I stopped doing it. So I think birthday party school fundings are going to be a big thing. I think that's what we're going to go. I just got to we just got to figure it out. And I think the dubia roaches are going to be a quicker way to fund things. I mean, everyone needs dubia roaches. And I expect everyone watching this to buy dubia roaches only from me. Only from me. And my roach price is $35 a roach. No. I'm actually, if you guys go over to reptipost.com and go on order exotics, I posted my price list. I mean, it's a tentative, but it's not going to be much different. If I do change it, it's not going to be much different. I've been researching price for over a year.
Well, I know. I remember when you started talking about it.
Yeah. It's real important. I've got a lot of my colonies, a lot of my roaches from different breeders because I didn't want the small syndrome. I got pictures of I got a big hand. I'm 6'3" and I'm 300 pounds. So I got a big hand. And my dubia roaches, I show people how big they are. I'm like, they're not the small ones. They're huge. I'm really important to do that. And I'm going to buy males from other breeders all the time. I'm going to buy new males all the time.
Yeah, constantly putting fresh blood in there keeps them growing. Because I do know that some start getting adults and they're real small.
Yep, I want to keep them really nice, juicy, fat. That's important to me. My food is important because I do feed oranges, but oranges aren't great for when you're sending them to be fed off to another animal. So when I start separating my stuff, once I start getting that normalcy of sales, my feed stuff I'm sending out will not have oranges for 10 days or more. So if you get smalls off me, they will be fed only greens and they feed my chow. They won't get citrus at all because some animals can't have that. And they say it only takes a few days, but I'm going to do it for 10 days or more. And then eventually I hope that it's just like, oh, these are feeders. They've never been fed oranges. These are all this. And only because oranges are like the blue pill to roaches for some reason. Yeah. So that's real important to me to have the nutrition fact. I feed bee pollen. There's other people that do it. I'm a big person on bee pollen and just nutrients. I mean, I scientifically went down to this. I figured this out.
I feed bee pollen to my all my insects and my isopods and stuff too. I
was so worried that bee pollen would hurt something. So I literally started looking at negative effects of bee pollen. I couldn't find any.
No, there isn't nothing. It's good for humans to eat.
Yeah, it prevents like certain diseases. It helps cure colds. It has a natural antibiotic in it.
Yep.
I'm like, what in the world? So then, ready for this? That some people were feeding chick feed, so that I had to choose between chick feed and rabbit food. And the reason I didn't do chick feed was because protein for one, and medicated chick feed can kill off colonies and hurt your reptiles.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
So I didn't want to say chick feed was in mine, but it's non-medicated. I didn't want to say that, so I just went to rabbit pellet.
Yep. When I feed anything new, I'd research it to see if there's anything in it, because if it's not all or natural, or it's and then I look at see what the negative effects are too. If I can't find any, then we're good.
Yeah, I'm looking for more dried like vegetable that can be put into my chow that won't rot or mold.
I just seen an advertisement.
Because that's why I went to the black bag. I went to black bag because of that. Because I didn't want light damaging it either.
No, yeah. I just seen a advertisement for dried vegetables that are good for your like roaches and stuff. I can't remember where I seen it at.
I have to ask the person I got my panicking from sent me some of her chow, but it's not powder form. It has chunks of vegetable in there.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
That's
what I saw.
And I emailed her and says, "Hey, where do you get this chow? Do you do it? Can I buy it, or can I get the ingredients? Can I buy the ingredients?" get like the list of ingredients. So she hasn't ever contacted me back. I really want that.
Because
But
you want the chunks in it, right?
yeah, I want the chunks in it, and then I'll ground it up myself. I just want something that doesn't mold, because banana chips don't mold. But if you get like dried oranges still have moisture in them. I don't care what people say. They're still sticky.
Uh-huh.
So you can't ground that up; it'll mold.
My chow, I haven't noticed any molding that I make for my isopods, but they eat it all before I can ever, within a day, it's gone. No matter how much I put in, it's gone.
I'm telling you, you need to bag it, man.
And then every time I open up an enclosure, might as well play some of that Barry White music and have some candles burning, because that's what's all they're all doing. It's pretty crazy.
I'm telling you, we need to get you. Got to get the website up and then start selling some isopods and isopod chow.
Yeah.
Get them little 2-ounce bags or 4-ounce bags and sell the chow, or give away the chow with the colony, and say, hey, just check this out one time, and boom.
Yeah, then you can always get it here when you want more.
I'm telling you, it's a way to go. Nice little incomes. That's how I'm going to try to fund things. Just nice little side gigs, man.
Yeah.
Nice little side gigs. I got my little. I'm going to use him for the educational center too, because I'm going to take the Orner Exotics out of the picture, and then it's going to say something else there. But I'm going to have some. You need to get a logo. I like cartoon characters. I like.
So do I.
I like that. It's like realistic cartoon. You can tell I'm a '90s kid.
Yeah.
Late '80s, '90s. I'm a big cartoon guy.
I just got to find somebody who can do artwork really good and have them do it.
Don't use Fiverr. I hated Fiverr.
Yeah, I know people that have also had trouble with Fiverr. So
I would just post up. Oh gosh, dang it, Noah. I can't think of their business. They draw. I just post it up on the Facebook and say, hey, I'm looking for an artist, and what do you charge? And this is what I'm looking for. I got lucky. Erica drew this the first time she drew that, and it just, I was like, perfect. I'm like, she goes, are you just being nice? I'm like, it's perfect. It is me. It is 100% me as a gecko.
Noah Bounds?
Yes, Noah Bounds. Yes. An artist. Very good artist, too.
Because I think it'd be cool if it was like a gecko and a isopod or something,
I tell them what you want. I mean, very good.
We got to see pictures, Adam. We can't get this poster's no good without pictures.
Black Knight Trempers. I want albino black geckos. I didn't say it. He donates a portrait of a crested gecko with double D's to the U.S. Army. Yes, I mean, I'm just gonna go to right now. I'm just gonna go to his page, Noah Bounds, because I see the stuff all the time. He's a good guy. Let's see if I can see. Just this. He just finished this, so I can share this. He just finished that.
See, now that's cool. That is good artwork. Holy crap!
Yeah, he's talented. If I had known that he was an artist too, I probably went to him too. I'm glad Erica did mine. I love it. He's very good. I thought about having him do something for me for like REPTIPOST or something, REPTIPOST. But very good. Let's see if now my computer's not want to load. Hopefully, he has everything that's PG on here. Let's see. He's got other logos. I know he does. Everyone that's not his friend can't look at his stuff. Don't look at it. Oh, he don't have anything else up here. Oh, does he have a page? Oh, wait. There we go. There we go. You can go to NoahBoundStudios.com, and this is free. He doesn't pay me nothing. Check this out, guys. So he does, let's see, design, fine art.
That is cool. He does great work. Holy cow. I wonder how much he charges, though.
I don't know. I honestly don't. But I'm sure he could work something out with you. He's an animal guy, as you see.
Yeah.
$4 for these stickers. Them are pretty cool. I might have to buy a sticker. Here's all the designs he's done. All the logos. He's done all these logos. I mean, that's a portfolio and a half.
Yes, it is.
He's talented. He's very talented, and I think that people like that should be pushed in the hobby. He's talented. I see sometimes I see his stuff. I'm like, dude, that looks like the actual picture. Like he took a picture. But I don't know what he charges. I don't want to say, hey, let me see if it's on here. My process. Oh, right here. It says I work primarily digitally with graphic projects using Procreate, all the programs. This is very time intensive process. So it gets through what he does. Pricing is detailed illustrative design is 300 plus. Detailed illustrative poster design is 500 plus. I generally charge an additional $50 to $100 per additional design element. However, that's determined on a case by case basis. But his art's worth it. And the way I think about it is, once he does it, you have it the rest of your life. It's yours. So 300 for an illustrated design is actually a really, really, really good deal. 500 for a poster design is really cool too. I'm thinking about it now. Seeing the price, I'm thinking about going to him for REPTIPOST. I'm thinking about it because that's not a bad price. Yeah, he did. That, tell you the truth, that's what I thought of was when I started talking to him. Started talking about it was that the lemon frost that he did. But really good people. You can't ask for a better person. He's from Louisiana. So if you go to him, just say Gary sent you. Gary sent you.
Yeah, my luck, you'd be like, well, it's double.
It's double money. But yeah, I do some stuff. I can draw. I can't draw like Noah. There's nothing I can do like that. That's way out of my line. I can do cartoony characters.
I have a cousin who's an excellent artist. I'm serious. He did magazines, comic book magazines. He made his own line of comic books and all. But then you try to get him to, I tell him, it's like you can make a living off of Fiverr and stuff like that if you did that and all that. But he never gets around to doing it, and I don't know why.
I'm not totally sure. Andrew just, my wife said something to me. My wife just said something. How about I work the next 2 days? Yeah, I need to really, really, really get the zoo going.
I think it'll be fun.
I'll ask here. This is an open forum. Honest to God, what does people think? And everyone can post in the comments after this if you're listening to this. What would you think about a Kickstarter for a zoo? What is your opinion on that? Give me a yes or no, maybe so, or your opinion on it. I always float stuff out there, so that's all I want to ask about that. We can talk about anything else now. I don't care. But just leave it at that. I want the zoo to succeed more than anything. I don't want to be rich from it. I just honestly, every nickel I probably make after paying bills would go back into the zoo. Yeah. If it made anything. I think roaches and orner exotics can support me. And go visit scaledupexpos.com too.
Yeah.
I love my Scaled Up Expos. I felt at home at Green Bay Reptile Show. I felt at home.
And what day's the guy coming on the expo?
I'm going to talk to him. I want to talk to him after this. After his next show, I want to get him on and let him chill because it's pretty show heavy. There's Sewerfest coming up, then Fond du Lac coming up. But then I want to get him on, and we're going to party Hardy. Not with Lane Hardy either.
Yeah.
Or Jeff Hardy. Or what's the other Hardy boy? Jeff and Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy, yeah. Wrestlers, right?
Yeah, wrestlers. But I want to give him like a chill moment because there's a lot of shows coming up, and then we're gonna see if we can get him on here. We're gonna party hardy. Just when I went to the Green Bay show, it was like just that moment. All my stress went away. I was good. I was walking around. My problem was this, and I didn't tell anyone there. I know a lot of people watch this from the reptile shows in Wisconsin. I'm so sorry. I'm not mad. I wanted to film really bad, and I did get some filming done, but everyone wanted to talk to me because I finally back at the show.
Yeah.
I'm walking around. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh,
Dylan's excited.
Oh yeah. So Dylan, yeah, I'm excited. I want Dylan on. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I got a million questions already lined up. Seriously.
But seriously, I mean, people. It's a perfect example of knowing when you need to step aside, because someone better could do it. And Dylan has been the best show promoter, and I've been doing this for 20 going on 26 years for Reptile Expos. He is the best show promoter I've ever been around, and that is going up against Don Hamper. Now, I didn't know Don Hamper back in the beginning stages. I knew Don where everyone knew Columbus Reptile Show. And Don is like my father in reptiles. But Dylan he's a show promoter, him and Brittany, that just do it different. And it's just different. I can't explain other than that. And if you haven't been to one of the scaled up expos, you can't feel it unless you're there. It's just different. And it's kid friendly. He's bringing new people. It's not the same crowd. I love the same crowd. I love the people I see every month, but new people coming, going, I just seen this on Facebook. Someone posted it, and I know it was Dylan and Brittany, and because they're machines. And the family had come in, and they might not buy that show. They might not buy the next show, but they're starting to learn, and they buy, and they're part of the hobby again. And it's new people. And you don't see that.
You have me convinced to make a trip there to go to one of these shows.
If you could choose any one of the scaled up expos, it's worth it. Any single one of them. I've been to all of them, and I will be vending them again. It's coming. The Fond du Lac show is amazing. The Rothschild show is amazing, and the Green Bay show. And I'll be the first to admit, I had no clue the success he could get out of Green Bay. Green Bay came up. I told him before the show, I did this. I said, hey, if you get 500 walkthrough, dude, you won. Just don't. You'll be fine. Half hour till show opens, there's a line. I'm not even joking. A line to get in. And it blew the expectations away. He moves it to a bigger facility. It had to be done. I am not joking. I got to find a film. I have a film of a line longer than anywhere I've seen other than Hamburg, Pennsylvania show themselves. A line. And I walked this line with the camera. And I'm just like, what in the world? Then he goes, I'm going to go to Rothschild. I'm like, oh, that's not middle of nowhere. Again. So, I mean, that first was wild.
He needs to come to North Dakota and do a couple shows.
You heard it, Dylan. Scaled up. I just like
a few places that would be great.
I like the feel he brings. He's hobby first guy. His other half's hobby first gal. They're family to me. They're family to me. It's just different. It's just a different feel. Nothing against Shane, nothing against Mickey. I love them both. But Sewerfest is different than Scaled Up. It's a different feel. And I tell people all the time, I'm just like, if you want to go to a show, you want an experience, Scaled Up's the way to go. It's an experience. I mean, everyone's treated equal. We have everything at every single show. If you need caging and supplies, we have it. You need feeders, we have it. All the vendors get along great. I mean, it's just different. And the new cut, that's what I don't get is every other place I went, it wasn't new customers, but this has brand new people. And then Joe, oh my Lord, there is a guy we had on the show, Joe, he does venomous caging. And though he blew me away, the best marketing ploy. Take a picture with my alligator for $5. It might have been $10, I forget. And I'm like, well, how do you print them pictures? Oh, they use their cell phone.
Yeah, they got little printers for your cell phone. Yeah.
No, he didn't even print him. He charged $10 for the gator, and then they took their own cell phone, took a picture.
Oh.
Blew up.
Yeah, but he's out of it now, though. You said, right?
No, with Neo or Nico might be getting out of it.
Okay, that's what it is.
Nico, Frog Labs. Nico, you watching this, homie? Get TikTok famous, bro. Just keep doing it. Nico's my homie.
Mark, when they have an expo, you should go to that. Trust me, you should go.
In PA's Pennsylvania, right?
Yep.
You got Mars, Pennsylvania, and Hamburg, Pennsylvania.
Mars is. I liked Mars.
Yeah, Mars is decent. Hamburg is a venomous show. Very hot in the summer, but you'll see animals you never see anywhere else. Period. I vended next to him at Fond du Lac. He's cool. Well, Jojo. The gator was just trolling her. I'm telling you, Joe came up to me and he's like, dude, because, we're venomous guys. And I'm like, yeah, how'd that go? And he goes, oh, yeah, I did this. I'm like, you did what? Well, how do you print the pictures? Oh, I'm like, no, best thing I've ever heard in my life. I love it. And he still does it. The gator will sit there all day and let people hold it. I mean, it has a mouth tape, but it's a good gator.
I like it better than going to a zoo, Mark, because you could see more stuff, I think.
If you go to Hamburg, if they still have it set up the way that they used to, when you walk in the door, get there early, stand in line. It's worth it. Because if you don't, the line's going to be in the back, and it's going to take you a while to get in. Left side is venomous. Right side is non-venomous. So if you don't want to see venomous, don't go to the left side. If you want to see venomous, and you don't mind them in a cup, because they're just in a cup. A lot of them are just in little deli cups. Taped down, but they're deli cups. No venoms to be outside the cage, though. So
no.
Good old venomous. Wow. Jeez, the time flew by again. I was having fun.
Yep. Yeah.
We're going to have to set it around time when we get Dylan on. It's going to be like a 30-hour show. We're going to go straight. Dylan is my homie.
Yeah, it'll be cool to have
Dylan is my homie. That dude's my homie. Oh, and Dylan, I don't know. I know you've seen that. If everyone's seen the picture of the gecko biting the tail, that is a pure white and yellow. We got some testing to do with it, but we're pretty sure it's pure. But we'll know this year. Getting bred to a bold jungle het tremper, so it's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, I'll know if that white and yellow's het anything this year, because I'm taking it to all 3 albino strains. I just like giving him breaks between breedings. He gets breaks. I spoil him too. I hand feed him. He's my boy. I like him. He's my boy. He's one of my favorite geckos. Dude. He's so chill. He's like the most chill. You open the cage, he kind of looks up at you, like yeah. Then he puts his head back down. He'll walk.
That's the way my what's name is, the rainwater. But the female was like, "Get over here," and bit his tail off the tip of his tail.
Yeah, that sucked. But he's growing it back. He's looking good.
It's coming back. It's looking really good. Yeah.
I learned. Okay, now people are gonna laugh at me. Joe gave me a pair of grass lizards, okay? And in a 10-gallon tank, bioactive. It was for the zoo, and I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. Well, I went to sex them. And I sexed the first one. You could tell it was a male right away. And it looks like a knoll, but with a really long tail. They're really long tails. Well, Miranda comes up from the Herp Society, and I think Dylan's sitting there, and I forget maybe Joe's, maybe not Joe. Someone else is sitting there. And we're talking, and I'm trying to sex the other one. And Miranda goes, dude, can they lose their tail? I'm like, no. And the tail falls off in my head.
Oh, yeah, they lose their tail easy.
And it's like like this much of its tail. So I'm looking online. Oh, I grow back. I'm fine. I'm good. But I didn't get to sex it. The male took it. The male, like, I was holding like a leopard gecko, and I was like, oh yeah, it's fine. No, she dropped her tail so quick. I was like, oh, I felt bad. So I learned something new. Grass lizards lose their tail.
Yes, yes.
So hopefully she'll grow it back. They're not scared of people. They'll eat roaches off tongs. I put roaches in there. So they were eating mealworms, and there's dwarf whites isopods and another isopod in there, but I gotta take a picture of it. I don't know what it is. It's just a gray isopod. So there's isopods in there. I'm sure they're eating those too. So,
I'm sure.
So, and they come out and they sit on their trees. I mist them down. They just sit there. They love it to death. I take my tweezers, put a little doobie in it, and I take doobie off tweezers.
That's cool.
Like, I might move my whole collection of doobies here soon. I honestly might. I'll have to feed less, so.
Well, and if you're producing your own, it's just a given to.
I might do like half the mealworms, because I don't know if dubias I gotta see how they do in them cups, if the geckos can get them, because you know how dubias flatten out and they can't get caught.
I know.
Yeah. So
I fed dubias to some of mine once, and they didn't do so well because they went flat like that, and they couldn't get them out of there.
Yeah, so I'll see how that goes. But I'll hand feed some and see how that goes. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, because I got dubs. So, is there anything else you want to add? We'll get out of here.
No, it was a good one.
And after all these shows, we're gonna get Dylan on, and Emily, we're gonna be talking Reptile Expo seriously, and even you start a show. I mean, Dylan did it by himself. Dylan and Brittany, and built a show empire, and now they're driving Lambos.
Yeah.
Lambos. Thought on collar lizards as breeders. If you could breed collar lizards, that would be cool. That'd be cool if you could breed collar lizards. Maybe we'll bring that up. But Dab, awesome. Dylan and Brittany, I know is listening. Two of the most amazing people I've ever met. And I love you, Miles. Always will. And I don't know where's Evan.
I don't know.
Leo's on here. I love Leo. I love y'all. But where's Evan?
Adam's here.
Adam's
happy birthday,
here.
Adam.
Happy birthday again. He's 97 years old. Send him cash.
Yep.
Well, guess what, guys? Let's all pray to the gods that he doesn't have any more albino black knights. We don't want those.
Send me a picture, please, Adam. I would like to see it.
Yeah, send a picture. So, all right, guys, we are out.
Peace.